Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we review anything and everything. And last time I did a preview video for the upcoming Giganotosaurus Hammock Collection version, and I realized after looking that there wasn't a lot of this figure, this Jurassic World Diplodocus Legacy Collection. There wasn't a lot of videos previewing or talking about it, so I wanted to kind of jump in on it because I thought that there was and there isn't. So. One, I want to start with saying that there aren't that many long necks out there for the line, but I think that it really is pretty amazing that they are starting to really like put out a decent amount. Pretty much your headliners are the Brachiosaurus, the they had the Apatosaurus, but that looks like one that's very hard to get at this point, Dreadnoughtosaurus, and then obviously Mamentrosaurus. Now, one thing I noted in the review of the Mamentrosaurus was that even though it's a legacy collection line, it's starting to have a lot of Hammond collection quality features. Whereas the original legacy Brachiosaurus, which was the first, so I'm not going to knock it anyway, had a lot of things about it that were, I don't want to call it low quality, but we're just going to say it was the beginning and it didn't have a lot of plus features that now a lot of them have now, especially for the legacy collection, where the legacy collection is starting to blend with the Hammond collection in terms of you not only have various forms of neck articulation in terms of often, like say with the Mamentrosaurus, you have like a twist neck, and this one probably will have something similar, but you have the ability to yeah, I can't really make the image expand on here. I don't know why, but anyway, so you have on the Mamentrosaurus, the midpoint of the neck is able to twist. So you have that level of articulation along with the ball joint at the head. And so in the Brachiosaurus Legacy Collection, you have such things like that. Now, even though the Hammond Collection Brachiosaurus has a more of like a bendy wire type of neck with a soft skin on the neck, nonetheless, both versions because I've reviewed both the Hammond Collection Brachiosaurus and the Mamentrosaurus, which I think the Mamentrosaurus is the pinnacle of the Legacy Collection's quality, we'll say, in terms of rivaling that of the Hammond Collection, and there are aspects about it that like literally rival the Hammond Collection. And with that being said, obviously, I'm sure the Diplodocus is going to follow suit with that. Now, one thing that's interesting to note for anyone who may not be familiar with, but the Mamentrosaurus is said to have the longest neck, and then Diplodocus is said to have the longest tail. Now, Diplodocus is not built as big or heavy as Mamentrosaurus, and if you go back to my review of the Mamentrosaurus, you'll see that I really kind of detail on how his size, it's less concrete as say Diplodocus or some of the other dinosaurs that are a lot more known and popular. But Diplodocus always had a more thin frame build, but he's definitely going to be, he always was considered to be the longest, or at least of having a full skeleton and them really knowing a lot of information on it. He was always said to be the longest. So with that being said, he, this figure here is going to be, I think it's 59. Let me see, 56 inches. So 56 inches long. And I think that Mamentrosaurus, and someone could correct me if I'm wrong because I don't have anything in front of me to look at, but I think he was about 49 inches long, which is very long, but not to the extent of the Diplodocus here. Yeah, so I just looked to confirm it, and it is 49 inches long. My memory was correct. And this one here is 56 inches long, which just makes it probably the longest one of the sauropod dinosaurs. So I definitely think that that's impressive. Now, to the best of my knowledge, Diplodocus was never in Jurassic Park, but I definitely think they're getting to a space now where they're like, let's just make dinosaurs, period, even if they didn't exist in the Jurassic Park franchise, just because obviously you want the toy collection to continue on, but on top of that too, why not? You know what I mean? There aren't really any other any other lines out there that are doing this. So definitely, it's definitely a big deal when it comes to that. Um, I think it looks nice. I think the details on it. I really feel that they hit a home run when they did the Momentosaurus, and I feel this one kind of adds to that basis in terms of the body structure. Looks good. The colors, they made it a little more colorful now, and so I definitely like that. One thing I mentioned about the Momentosaurus, which could be true to the Momentosaurus, but I'm not 100%, is that the rear legs on the Momentosaurus I thought were oversized a little bit in its feet. This one looks to not have that issue because you can see that the rear legs and the front legs look to be about the same size. So I don't think that's even a thing of like an issue. Can't really get it to the image to sit still, but I just wanted you to see the size of the feet. The front and the back ones look around the same size, which the Brachiosaurus was the same way as well. So it kind of threw me off that Momentosaurus, they gave him such huge hind legs and the front ones were small. And though those proportions could be okay for some dinosaurs, it just seemed funny that Momentosaurus had that, but Brachiosaurus didn't. And and yeah, so this one obviously follows suit similar to the Brachiosaurus, where the hind legs and the front legs are more proportionately about the same rather than being jumbo size. At least that's what I'm getting from this image, but I could be wrong because even though the rear legs are bigger, I would imagine that these front legs are even smaller than the Brachiosaurus legs, and maybe the rear legs are about equal to what the Brachiosaurus legs both set of legs are, rather than the front legs being more normal, equal to say Momentosaurus's front legs, and the rear ones being super jumbo. So I guess we'll see when that time comes. Um, other than that, what are your thoughts on this new figure that's coming out soon? It says roughly, I think, about September. Are you excited to get it? I'm sure anyone who watches the channel, I'm sure anyone who's into all this stuff is definitely going to get it. What are your thoughts in comparison to the other sauropods that are out? What are your thoughts in regards to the fact that they're releasing dinosaurs that weren't inside the franchise? Or if this was in some way in the franchise, let me know, because I don't know that it was in the franchise in any way, though they were pulling from even the vials in Jurassic Park 1 that Nedry was trying to steal. And they used those for, say, Metricanthosaurus and other various dinosaurs that they're pulling from now. So I don't know if the Diplodocus was within one of those. Maybe it was, and I just can't remember. If so, then obviously they're still pulling from the content. If not, what are your thoughts about them pulling from dinosaurs that are not from the Jurassic Park franchise? With that being said, you guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.